Don't forget the Arekkz Gaming Festive Sweater and the limited edition pins are on sale right now. If you want to support all the cool stuff we've been doing, then you can pick one of these up and look super awesome in your office Christmas party. Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And today, Capcom dropped the next developer diary. Don't forget there are actually two of them dropping this week. There is the one that they dropped just now, which we're going to be speaking about, and contains a ton of information on things like Stygian Zinogre, the expansions to the Guiding Lands, Tempered Ruin and Nergigante, the Horizon Zero Dawn stuff, some of the other upcoming things. Then of course tomorrow the actual update itself goes live, and then they have another developer diary on Friday speaking about, I don't even know right now. What I will say is that during this developer diary, they did not speak about the Black Dragon, so I assume therefore that maybe that might be coming later, or maybe they'll be speaking about that later, so I guess we've got that to look forward to. But irrespective of that, there is still a ton of stuff that I want to talk about, so I'm going to break that down in this video. Of course, if you guys want to check the original developer diary, hear the developers talk, then I will link that down below. But if you want the top level summary, then let's get started. First things first, of course, this update will introduce Stygian Zinogre, which of course is a new special assignment. So much like with Rajang, where of course you had to speak to someone and it then sent you off into the Guiding Lands to explore the new area, then that is exactly what will happen this time, because Stygian Zinogre will appear predominantly in the tundra regions, the snowy areas, so that is where you'll be fighting it. Now they did show us during the developer diary a quick snippet of the armor, which looks really, really cool. It does appear to have, at least bear in mind this is the alpha set, they haven't shown the beta one, so there could of course be a different look to it. But this does, of course, appear to have the kind of conventional Stygian Zinogre look that we saw, the one that I kind of shared in my most recent video, so that was kind of expected. It is a bit of a shame that it doesn't necessarily have different armor skills per se. They said that this will still predominantly have latent power as the bonus skill, because of course that's what's on the regular Zinogre gear. They did say it'll have other skills as well, but part of the reason for that is of course because you can then mix and match regular Zinogre and Stygian Zinogre. That way you can still kind of proc the Zinogre step bonuses, you can still get latent power, but of course you then might have some nice combinations when you mix them together to get some other skills. So it is still going to be its own armor set, but it's not going to have a completely new set bonus per se or anything like that. It is still within the Zinogre tree. Of course, we also got to look at a couple of the weapons as well. The sword and shield, the longsword looking super awesome. So yeah, I definitely cannot wait for that. That is going to be very, very awesome. So that is the first thing. Keep in mind, Stygian Zinogre will be a permanent addition to the game, so, you know, it's not a timed event quest. There is an event quest that includes Stygian Zinogre, which we'll speak about later, but predominantly, Stygian Zinogre is a permanent addition to the game. Once it's added, you can of course farm it, you'll of course be able to get, you know, investigations for it, all the usual stuff, so that is something to look forward to. Now, as mentioned, the Guiding Lands will also be expanding. They will add the new Tundra region, which means some of the missing snowy monsters, things like Barioth, Vipertopikidachi, all those kind of things, they can show up in the Guiding Lands, which is really, really cool. That, of course, means there will be new materials as well, which can help you with your max upgrade augments. They're also making a few more changes to the Guiding Lands, because people have said that even though they made some alterations last time, it's still a little bit hard to lower your Guiding Lands levels, so they're going to be making an update that allows you to more easily decrease your region level. And if you're playing in multiplayer, it'll actually be easier to obtain more tracks, so you can find more monster lures to get more monsters in the Guiding Lands. So, some kind of handy changes. There are also some patch notes, which I'll link in the description box down below, if you guys want to check them out. However, on top of that, there is then going to be Ruiner Nergigante, the tempered version, finally. Up until this point, of course, you've been able to farm Ruiner Nerg, but you haven't been able to fight the tempered version, so that is finally making its way into the game, which is super cool. So they've said that basically the way that you get this, or the way that it can show up in game, is that once you've got any region in the Guiding Lands to level 7, Ruiner Nergigante can then show up predominantly in the Tundra region, but it does have a chance at appearing tempered in other regions as well. So, get your grind on, basically. Moving on from there, we then have some information on the Horizon Zero Dawn stuff. Now, this sounds really interesting. I appreciate this is kind of annoying for some people because this is just for PlayStation, but I do still want to talk about it because there's some incredibly cool stuff they've done here. You know, unlike in the previous one where it was kind of a couple of quests and it was just sort of one and done. This time around, there are 3 different quests and there's a load of time and effort that's gone into this. So we've recently had the first quest, which allows you to craft the Stormslinger prototype, the light bowgun, which is kind of cool, but of course it's only in its early stages. Now, the second quest will arrive on December the 13th, and that will allow you to craft the Adept Stormslinger, which is the upgrade for this one, which is incredibly exciting because there's also an interesting mod system for this. But on top of that, you'll also be able to craft the Shield Weaver armor and the Frostclaw Palico armor. Now, the interesting thing about this one is the light bowgun has some interesting synergy with the armor set. So the new armor set itself has this interesting skill. They haven't actually named it yet, but it has this skill which has very high defense, where damage reactions are actually negated, and then that effect expires after you've taken a number of hits, and then of course it recharges. So basically, it'll allow you to attack through a few things, making it sound kind of like a sort of armor skill version of Rocksteady, maybe, possibly, we'll have to wait and see. However, on top of that, for the bowgun, it actually has a new mod, a power source mod. Now, they haven't stated, the way this has gone in the UI, it looks like this could be applicable or could, apply to other bowguns as well, but they haven't expressly said that right now, so I don't know if it's limited to the Stormslinger or if it is wider bowguns, but there's going to be a new mod, a power source mod, which will replace the Wyvern Blast mod, and basically when you use this, it allows you to rapid fire a special overcharged ammo, and if you shoot it too many times, it actually starts to hurt you, it'll actually make you take damage. Now, they said there's going to be some interesting synergy. They actually showed a sort of side-by-side comparison. You can see if you fire this with regular armor, it basically destroys your health bar if you keep firing it. Meanwhile, if you do that with the Shield Weaver armor, it actually only does half your health bar. So there's obviously going to be, synergy between them. But again, of course, if you don't fire it too much, you can also just avoid that. But either way, it looks pretty cool. Rapid firing out those, hefty electric-looking explosions. Definitely can't wait to check that out. Now, on top of that, there will be the third quest, which will drop on December the 27th. That will allow you to craft the Banuk armor, which for the first time will not be a full armor set. Anytime it's a particular character, like Aloy, it is always a full armor set, so you can't do any kind of customization or just using parts of it. But the Banuk armor will actually be a unique part, which is really, really cool. You can then kind of take different parts. You can take the helmet, take the chest pieces, take the legs. Really, really cool stuff. Also, I do want to take a moment to mention this, I'm guessing, may have been like an accidental thing, but either way, it's in their video. So if you look at the armors shown when they're showing the Banuk armor in the smithy, you can see a new monster or a new armor set called safi'jiiva, which I'm going to assume is the new black monster, which is looking remarkably like xeno'jiiva. People have been kind of coining it or calling it the adult xeno'jiiva. We don't quite know exactly what it is or how it works right now, but the fact there's a thing there called safi'jiiva, which we've never heard of before, I'm thinking maybe that might be related, or unless it's something completely different. Either way, worth calling out. We obviously didn't get to see it. I'm guessing this is just something that was kind of happened to be there in the smithy when they showed it. Either way, just wanted to call that out. Additionally, on top of that, as part of the third quest, there will also be new pendants. There will be an upgrade for the old Horizon gear, both the armor and the bow, and the old Palico gear. So basically, it's the Horizon Blowout. They will all be available until January the 9th. So that is, of course, your windows. You can do that throughout the month of December. Now, moving on from there to high rank armor, of course, they're going to be adding more layered armor sets. They introduced layered armor in the last update where you can basically craft a lot of the old sets. They're now pushing that into high rank, so there are more armor sets. You can craft some of your favorite ones like Legiana, Odogaron, Rathalos, Rathian, that kind of thing. So that I'm definitely looking forward to. Odogaron pants are going to be the one, going to wear them a lot, so that's really cool. And they did, of course, mention they will then be expanding that into the new year with the next update. So plenty of stuff to look forward to. They did also mention that they're thinking about doing that for Iceborne armor eventually. So, that is still TBC right now. But either way, more layered armor to pursue. There are also going to be room updates as well. So for those of you guys that like customizing your room, this time around they've got a Japanese style room set. So of course, if you want to have that cool Japanese architecture, then you can do that. I definitely like that one. I don't spend a lot of time in my room, to be honest. I don't really do too much there. But I do like this aesthetic, so I'm definitely going to be picking that one up. There are also going to be more hairstyles. They've also got that wacky, original kind of Elvis-looking hairstyle, the one that you often see sort of in these delinquent anime movies or anime series. And they did say they're, of course, choosing those hairstyles because they're kind of fitting with the whole sort of Japanese theme, so to speak. There will also be more figures to buy, music and pendants. So yes, there is, of course, some paid stuff, but bear in mind, most of this stuff is free. So, I mean, if they want to sell that stuff, then that's completely fine with me. Now, moving on from there, we also have the Holiday Festival to look forward to. Now, this is the Asian-themed one. This starts on December the 20th, so basically just before Christmas, and there's a lot of stuff here. Of course, in typical Event Quest fashion, or in typical festival fashion, all the past Event Quests will return, or most of them, should I say, so you'll have plenty of chances to pick up quests you might not have done. Every time you log in every single day, you'll get 2 lucky vouchers. You, of course, have the awesome themed visuals, the handler outfit, and in World, you guys might remember that during the festivals you got fireworks. This time during this one, you will actually get a snowman you can physically put down in the world, and you can gather snowballs from it and throw them at your teammates, which is awesome. So I can't wait to have snowball fights. That's gonna be a lot of fun. There will also be some unique equipment you can forge, and this I love. Like, there's some really wacky designs. Monster Hunter has, in the past had some really wacky monster designs, and in World, especially with some of the things looking, with the whole kind of Iron Bone variant, some things are a little bit too stale, too bland. So the fact they've put some wacky designs into this festival, I am all about. That hammer looks nuts. That scarf looks nuts. That is full-on anime scarf. I cannot wait to wear that. And there's also that weird pickaxe as well. So yeah, definitely some fun to be had there. There'll also be the Shishimai costume for the Palico. There'll be the martial artist outfit that you can craft yourself. And some more wacky items. So the festival, a lot of stuff to look forward to, and that kicks off on December the 20th. However, there is one more thing. There's also another event in January, because of course January marks the second anniversary of Monster Hunter World, so there will be a celebration and anniversary event, the Grand Appreciation Festival or the Star Festival. This has like a space theme to it, so if you look at some of the armor sets, there's this wacky kind of galaxy armor that applies to your Hunter, your Palico, which looks like an alien, the people in the hub, everything like that. So there'll be lots of cool things during that festival. Of course, there'll be more details on that nearer the time, but for the time being, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. So yeah, that's your mega news blowout. That's everything you need to know right now. Of course, remember that Stygian Zinogre will be entering tomorrow alongside some of that new stuff, so definitely keep it locked. I'll have the usual videos for you guys. We're going to be taking a look at the Stygian Zinogre armor, the weapons, the hunt, all that good stuff. And of course, on Friday, we'll have the next developer diary, so stay tuned for that for even more information. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget, you can check out 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.